Hey everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you're returning. So we have another dusty day on our hands, y'all. It's like the jokes just write themselves. I don't know what is wrong with these fools, but everyone has probably seen these videos. I just caught it on Paris Milan and I also watched Yanni, so we're going to go over some of the things that they said. But there's this dude, he asked a woman for $100. He's out here begging for $100 and then made it seem like she didn't want to give him any money. She actually gave him $20 and then he asked for more money. And she was like, oh, well, what do you need it for? It's not even that she said she wasn't going to give it to him, but she just asked what he needed it for. He got all huffy and puffy, y'all. I'm like, okay, we all saw the Tinder Swindler. No one is giving you money nowadays. But let's just go ahead and get into the video.
I'm going to just express it to you, and then I'm going to let it go. I'm going to move past it. But what you did was, you stole my pictures, and you
stole your pictures. Your Facebook page is public.
This whole narrative of who I was as a man, that was really up of you, though. You're a real person.
Ooh, child.
And I know that, you are a blogger, and your objective is to entertain your followers and all of these things. But the woman, first of all, I just sent you pictures of where this trip, because people, your followers are saying, oh, this trip was never real. The trip was a very real thing. The woman that I was supposed to go on this trip with, we're still cool. We're still friends.
Tell me where you've heard me even speak of some private, intimate conversations that I had with another man that I was interested in, and I put him on blast on my page. Please post that. I would love for one of y'all to be able to do that. That's effed up. That you breach someone's privacy, posting conversations and text messages, and you being completely disrespectful, you running your mouth with this narrative and putting this woman's personal business. That's an effed up person. You jigsaw puzzled mouth, shark teeth.
Oh, this man, he's narcissistic, blah, blah, blah. He's this, he's that. You know what? You didn't even bother to tell your followers, this man, he has a job.
Nobody cares.
Paris said nobody cares. She's so right. I actually was thinking it right as she said it, like nobody cares. But he took conversations from somebody who they sent them text. Obviously they thought it was like a personal conversation, and he blasted them. He put them all up there to show that, like, oh yeah, we're still cool. See, what it seemed to me is like he was texting her, telling her all of his emotions, and she was like, whatever. But sis is still sitting up there begging for a date. That's the problem. Like, first of all, she old, so that's probably a big part of the issue, that he got an old chick with 4 kids. But there's no way, like, I would love to see what she looks like, but there's just no way that she should be begging him for a date. I already did a video telling y'all who I think pay for men and who pays for dates and stuff like that and takes care of men. It's usually, and this is no shot, but this is just what it is, it's like a combination of, or at least one of, she's either overweight, she's ugly, she's got low self-esteem, or a combination going on. And those are the women who do stuff like this. So she's sitting here begging him for his attention, and he's just eating it up, and he's looking at it like, yeah, we're still cool, but guess what? When we get to Yanni's video, we really gonna break this thing down. So let's just keep going.
Nobody cares. You should have a job. You look old in the face, and at your old looking age, which apparently you 33, you should have a job. You're acting like that's something extraordinary. But in the Black community, this is what Black men are used to, is undeserving praise and the lionization of them for the bare minimum. That don't happen over here. You better check my credentials.
Because I do have a job. You made the video like I said, well, if you're not going to give me $100, then I'm not taking you on the trip.
That's what you said. You said you ran a test.
So what in the narcissistic gaslightization is going on right now? That is exactly what he said. Because he asked her for the $100, and after getting the $20 out of her, she didn't reply the way he wanted to, or she asked one too many questions. He said, well, forget it, then I won't take you on this trip. And he decided to cancel the trip that he later goes on to say that it was actually for him and he just invited her, but somehow he canceled. You know what? We're not going to get ahead of ourselves. Let's keep rolling.
And I just want to express to you, I'm just getting it off my chest for my own personal reasons, but I'm gonna pray for you though.
I don't want your prayers, Jigga. See, you pray to a different type. I don't want the demon prayer warriors that you dealing with. I don't want none of that spirit. Please don't send me no spells. I don't need you sitting in no goddamn shrine. I don't want to deal with you at the altar. Whatever demonic forces that have led you to this place in your life where you are so dishonest, you are distasteful, you are over here acting so difficult, so cantankerous. your physiognomy looking all effed up, you hostile in your energy. Please don't speak that over me. Don't say no spells. I don't want you throwing nothing. I don't even want you sending me nothing in the mail. Don't send me nothing. I don't want your prayers. You casting curses and spells. You ain't praying for nobody. You can't even pray for yourself.
I don't wish nothing bad for you.
Yes, you do.
I'm legitimately going to pray for you.
I don't want your prayers,
and
maker.
I'm going to pray for your success. And I'm going to pray that you potentially change your ways in the future. Because what's stuff about the whole video that you did, I made Shade Room too, and Derek Jackson and all of those things. But what you did with your video, that's going to affect my family. And when I say my family, I'm not married to anybody. That's going to affect my son's mother, and it's going to affect my son.
Then why did you make the post?
Ooh, tag me in, sis. I have an even better question. Instead of why did you make the post, if you're so concerned about your family and your child and your child's mother, why are you not at home with them? Why are you not focused on that woman? Why are you out here making posts about dealing with random women and just being for the streets? You can't be so focused on your family that you get them in trouble because you out here living reckless. Because according to Yanni, there have been people sliding in her DM with messages and everything else, pretty much outing you. Like at this point, it's a smear campaign on your name. So if you really felt that concerned about your family, you would be a stand-up man and actually be active in your family and leave these women out here in these streets alone.
If you were to actually talk to the people that are around me, and the women that I'm involved with,
I don't care.
Even the woman that I had the incident with, they would say I'm a real good person. And
somebody that only knew you for 2.5 months can vouch that you're a real good person? I'd rather get a more credible source. She's basically having a text message relationship with you and you barely even respond to her unless it's about me. The girls your age, they're not even interacting with you. People from your high school and already came to my page talking about you, saying how whack and lame you are, telling us that you're 2'2". So we see that you already at a height disadvantage. So you got a Napoleon complex and you think you're going to buck up on women.
And as if you couldn't smell the stench of the trash can all the way over here by now, y'all, I went over to Yanni's page and this was even worse. So apparently a man jumped in his DMs from his post on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. I think it was Facebook. And they were just like, yo, you kind of were out of place. And they just told him how he felt. Why did he go post a man's comment? If he wanted his comment to be public, he would have wrote that on your post, for everyone to see. He slid in his DMs like on some man-to-man type stuff and just, told him how he felt, where he was coming from. And the first thing this guy says is, you sound like an angry woman. When I read that, I didn't even read anything, any anger. I didn't get any hostility from it. It didn't have it didn't sound aggressive. It just sounded like a dude talking to another dude. As a matter of fact, I would have thought that they knew each other. But this just goes to show how whenever you maybe give a critique or maybe call someone to task, a lot of times these men, they get offended. And it's like, you don't even have to raise your voice. You don't have to be aggressive. You could just say, hey, I really don't agree with what you did, or I see what you did, but I feel like it was taken like that. And they're like, oh, why you getting aggressive? Why you getting loud? Oh, you acting like an angry woman. What was angry about what old boy said? But let's go ahead and get into this part of the video, y'all.
But see, people talk that shit, but they really don't know what the fuck they talking about. And they don't know who they talking to. So I wasn't going to give a response, but I'm going to give a breakdown about that last post that I did about the woman who I said, give me $100. And yeah. So first of all, check this out. I'm talking to this woman. I said, and me and this woman, we just having a regular conversation, right? Me and this woman, we just having a regular conversation. And out of nowhere, I was like, yo, let me get $20. I knew she kind of laughed it off. And I was like, no, better yet, let me get $100. Asking her this, she states, well, what do you need the $100 for? When am I going to get my money back? Yada, yada, yada. I had a date planned for us in Colorado. Canceled everything, all right? Because I said, fuck that. Understand this. People talk that shit, but they really don't know what they're talking about. They really don't talk. And that's why you shouldn't judge somebody based off of a post or something you just seen or something you just heard. You really don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So far this week, And this is not an ego thing. This is just who I am as a person. This is who I am as a man. This week, I posted a video of a man singing, right? I posted a video of he was a homeless man. He asked me if he could sing a song for me. I gave that man $40. While traveling to Omaha, Nebraska, there was a guy who was traveling. I met him. He was cool. And we had a long ass layover. And I said, well, just come with me, man. And, and I took him to the bar. I paid for him to get into the bar. I paid for his drinks. And I gave him $50 in ones to get himself a dance. You know what I'm saying? That was with traveling to Omaha, Nebraska. I just gave my mother some money. I'm always giving people money, man. You understand that? That's just me as a person. It's not about an ego thing. I'm always giving people money. You understand that? So with this woman, understand this, and people don't know what they're talking about. They said, well, you should have known the girl, blah, blah, blah. Me and this woman, we have been talking for about 2.5 months. And she's a truck driver. And I met her on the road, right? I met her on the road. So we can't date like regular people. I can't just go pick her up from her house, go have a regular date, and then take her back home because I travel and she travels. You understand that? So the trip to Colorado that I had planned with the zip lining and the whitewater rafting and doing all of these things, I planned on doing that stuff by myself originally, right? I planned on doing that stuff by myself. And me and her, we had hit it off. Me and her hit it off right when we start talking. Like we would be on the phone for hours just talking. She's funny. I really started kind of getting into her and vice versa. So I invited her to come to Colorado with me. I was going to go by myself. I'm still going to Colorado. I'm just not going with her. And the thing was, when I was just joking.
Y'all, Yanni's face was sending me. But okay, so the comment section was they were going wild. They was lighting his ass up, and I thought it was hilarious. But this comment was exactly what I was thinking. So you talk about how you met a bum on the street, you gave him money to eat, you got him into the club, you gave him money to drink, and then you also gave him money for the lap dances. Okay, you got the guy that did your hair. You paid him to do your hair and also gave him like a $50, $80 tip, $100 tip, something like that. You give your mama money. Here's the thing about these bums. They always love, they claim they love black women, but who it is their mothers, their grandmothers, and their daughters. That's who they love. Anybody else is fair game, but because they love them, oh, I love me some black women. And we know the ones that gave birth to you, the ones who, they have those toxic relationships with, the mommy-son situation, husband-son relationships, those are the ones that they love. But anyway, you would give all this money to all these men, but when it came to a woman who you were actually interested in pursuing, because you asked her for $100 and she asked you, well, sure, what is it for? You got an attitude? So I'm like, okay. And then another thing, how are you going to say that you planned this trip and made it seem like you were such a chivalrous man and all of this other stuff, but then turn around and say, well, I mean, the trip was really for me. I just invited her to come along with me. So, you said you canceled everything and got your deposits back. How do you cancel and get your deposits back if the trip was for you originally and you're going to go anyway? You're so full of shit and you keep contradicting yourself. But you know what? I think I would give myself a headache trying to navigate this dust cloud of confusion. So let's just keep rolling.
This hair that I just got bleached, dude, hey man, he the homie. He's like, hey, just give me $60. I gave him $160. My man just did a photo shoot for me. He's a professional model. He said, well, like, man, just throw me $200. I gave him $250. You understand that? So I'm always looking out for people, and I'm always giving things that nobody ever gives me nothing. Nobody gives me nothing. I mean, my family, if I need anything, they'll help me out, whatever. But I'm a grown man. I take care of myself. And I get tired of dealing with women who are not willing to invest into me what I'm willing to invest into them. And that woman who I was going to take on a vacation, she didn't ask me to go. I invited her to go. Mind you, this is a woman. And first of all, there was a lot of red flags in that situation that I didn't even bring up in the post. I didn't even bring this shit up in the post. This woman who's divorced from her husband, still has her husband's name tattooed on her back. See, I didn't bring that up. I didn't bring back her response when I told her we wasn't going on the trip. I didn't bring that up. I didn't mention how, she was, well, I can get somebody else to do it. I can go on a date with another nigga. I can do that. I got fellas hit me. Then you need to go do that as a woman. You understand that? 2 different baby daddies.
Here we go again with this bum mindset, like the bum of it all. So the woman was married and she has a tattoo. So what? And he also had talked about her having 4 children by 2 different men. Okay, and he's saying all of these were red flags. Red flags for what? She's like almost 50 years old and the woman has 4 children and they're grown. And then he went on to be like, okay, so the grown kids, he would have to take them on as his responsibility. For what are you talking about? People whose kids are grown are not your responsibility. Like, it's just then I was like, okay, where is he from? Because he just he reeks of familiarity. Come to find out, this fool's from Georgia. Now it all makes sense. I told y'all several times in several other videos, you have got to stop dating men that look like him, especially the ones who look like him in Georgia. Y'all have to stop dating. Listen, black women. I need y'all to open up your dating pool. Do not have this false sense of race loyalty to men who don't deserve your loyalty and who are not loyal to you. You need to open up your dating pool and get out there and explore and live life, because I promise you, if you are used to dealing with men like this, which I'm not, but if you're used to dealing with men like this, do not think that they are all like this. Do not think that this is the best that's out there, because it's really not, y'all. Let's keep going.
Calling me all types of bitches, calling me all of these names and saying how I don't care about black women. Understand this, nigga. My mother is a black woman. My aunties are black women. My grandmother's a black woman. I've spent a lot of time advocating for black women. See, I didn't bring none of that shit up. So if I was to invite her into my life, I would have to take on her responsibilities. I would have to take on those children who are damn near grown. One of them kids is close to my age. They're grown ass children. I'd have to take on everything that she comes with. And on top of that, I can't even get $100. This is the same man that's offering you to go on a vacation, offering you to go on a trip. Not to mention the cash apps that I've sent her prior to that. The first week we was talking, I sent her $20. And $20 is not a lot of money, but it's enough to get you some lunch. And she's a truck driver. And I told her, I said, go get you some food. While you're on the road. I just thought it was a nice thing to do. And it's so hard to believe that people just do things to be nice. A man is spending some money on some women.
Now let's talk about the bum mindset. And that doesn't mean that he's a bum per se. He just walks and talks like a bum. So here's the thing. He can be a very nice guy. And like he said, oh, it's so uncommon for a man to spend some money on a woman. No, it's not. That's what y'all do. Like, it's very common, actually, and it's much appreciated. But what is uncommon is for a man to spend some money on a woman and then hop on Facebook or Instagram and start blasting her and start putting up her personal text messages to try to prove a point to people who don't give a fuck about what you got going on. So the problem is not that he spent the money, and even him going on and on about, like, well, I didn't judge her because, she had these kids by 2 different baby daddies and I'm gonna have to take on all this responsibility and she wouldn't even give me $100. No, you're not. And here's the issue, and this is what I'm so confused with. Like, why are you confused? You're saying that you would have to take on all of those things for her. So why wouldn't somebody who you love be willing to give you $100? Newsflash, fool. She's not in love with you. If y'all were in a relationship, I'm sure it would be no problem for her to give you $100. I mean, I'm sure if you were in a relationship, if she was smart, she would still ask, what's going on? I mean, I'm a truck driver, you're a truck driver. I don't know what companies they work for. It looks like he was driving a Freightliner. I can kind of make a guess of the company name just because of the color of it, the inside. Whatever. It's hard to pinpoint what a driver makes because they're both on the road. They could be making anywhere from 80, 90,000 to 200,000. So it's really hard to tell. But what I do know is it sounds like they both are gainfully employed. So for him to come to her and be like, hey, give me $100. Okay, what's going on? Did your check not hit? What's up? You're going to ask questions. And it didn't mean she wouldn't give it to him. But he's talking about for him to be willing to take on all that. How could she not just give him $100? He was willing to take her on a trip. But you see how quickly you canceled that trip? You see how quickly you backed up? Like I said, Tinder Swindler. So let's keep going, y'all.
Me trying to be a better man. I'm like, I'm kind of just tired of switching. I got to switch women all the time. I got to switch women all the time because I travel so much. So if I'm not in a real relationship with a woman and we don't have a relationship together, then, you know, when I'm in that state, I might go on a date with this woman, or I might be in this state and I might go on a date with this woman. I'm in this state, I might go on a date with this woman. And, you know, I've lived that part of my life at a younger age. And that type of life is all to do something nice for somebody. This woman is traveling. She's not involved in a relationship with anybody. You know what? As a man, I'm going to send her some money for some food. When's the last time? I'm not looking at it as, oh, that's my girl that we date. I'm looking at it as, you know, when's the last time a man might have sent her some money for some food? When's the last time a man might have did something nice for her? So no, we weren't dating. And like I said, the trip, we would have went on the trip even if we were not dating. I'm blessed. You understand that? I'm blessed to where I can afford to do things like that and it not be a struggle for me. So I was being nice, but I had to pump my brakes with how she reacted. First of all, when I told her we weren't going, and when I asked for the $100. I'm a grown man. A woman that really loves me. If I really needed $100, right? I really needed it. Hey, babe, can I have $100? Here you go, babe. That's it. You want to interrogate me? I can see if you're dealing with your kid or your son or your child. It's, hey, what I expected from her is, yeah, you can have $100. Shit, we going on this vacation. You paying for all of this. You send me money all the time. Here you go. That's what I expected. And she failed. So I got people who I feel like they don't care about me the way I care about them, if that makes sense.
This is the issue with him. This is the issue with his mindset. This is the issue with men who think like him. And this is why you have to stay away from them. Because the logical thinking that you expect an individual to have, they don't have that logical reasoning. It's like, I don't know if they have like a mental deficit. I don't know what's going on. But it's like the clicker ain't clicking. He's saying, and he's not wrong. He's not at all wrong in saying that if you're dating someone, he said, if a woman loves me, she should be willing to give me this $100. And then him and Yanni went back and forth, and he got feisty, y'all. In these comment sections that y'all see, this is the live chat. They was like, oh, look at him. Oh, he popping off. All right. But here's the thing that I feel like, why isn't his brain getting it without having to be asked what's wrong with you? You're saying if a woman loves you, that she should be willing to do all this. Why are you testing people? Because it's disingenuous to test people when you know you're testing them just to see, you know, that's actually a sin. And he's talking about he's spiritual. I don't know if he's religious, but that's a sin. You're not supposed to do that. But either way, it's disgusting. It's tactless, you know, and it just shows that you have no clue about yourself. But he says if a woman loves him, she would give him the money. My thing is, you're issuing a test to a woman who you don't love to test if she loves you. So you want a stranger to behave the way you would expect a girlfriend or a wife to behave. So you're going to give some chick that you're not even exclusive with, you're going to give her the same type of test and expect her to have the same type of answers to the test that you would get from a woman who has absolutely dedicated her life to you. Do you see how illogical that is? Does anyone see how stupid that is? How that makes absolutely no sense? So, in other words, you would be the type of man that's okay with a girlfriend giving out wifely duties and allow a man to parade around here like he has a wife at home because he's getting all the wifely benefits, but at a girlfriend's cost. So this is crazy. This is the problem with these men. Now, if y'all actually caught the full videos, y'all comment down below and let me know what y'all think, because this was just, this is a lot. I have a headache. I am out, y'all. We'll do this again next time.